A solid yellow arrow on a traffic signal means A. You should speed up so you can make the turn before the light changes. B. You do not need to signal to turn from the indicated lane. C. You should prepare to stop and yield the right of way to oncoming traffic. C. You should prepare to stop and yield the right of way to oncoming traffic. A solid yellow arrow means that the protection of a green arrow is ending. If you are turning in the direction of the arrow, you should prepare to stop and yield the right of way to oncoming traffic before turning. Driving more slowly than surrounding traffic is A. A good idea if the weather is bad. B. Appropriate if you don't know the speed limit. C. Often a hazard because other drivers may become frustrated and try to pass you. C. Often a hazard because other drivers may become frustrated and try to pass you. Driving more slowly than other traffic can be dangerous. Drivers behind you may become impatient and will be tempted to take dangerous risks to pass you. It is illegal to make a U-turn near a curve or hill when the driver cannot A. Make the turn within 30 seconds. B. See at least 500 feet in each direction. C. Drive on the shoulder of the road. B. See at least 500 feet in each direction. It is illegal to make a U-turn in any location where you cannot clearly see potential traffic for at least 500 feet in both directions. If your vehicle begins to skid, you should A. Ease up on the gas pedal. B. Brake as hard as possible. C. Turn off the ignition. A. Ease up on the gas pedal. If your vehicle begins to skid, release the accelerator or brake pedal to regain vehicle balance. Steer in the direction of the skid to regain control of the vehicle.
Want to ace your DMV test? Click on the link below and get your guaranteed cheat sheet.
If you are continually being passed on the right and the left while driving in the center lane of an expressway, you should A. Stay in the center lane. B. Move to the lane on your right. C. Move to the lane on your left. B. Move to the lane on your right. If a road has 4 or more lanes with two-way traffic, drive in the right lanes unless you are passing or turning left. If you are on an interstate highway and are driving below the speed of the flow of traffic, use the right lane. A broken yellow line down the center of a road indicates that A. A construction zone is ahead. B. Passing is not permitted from either direction. C. Passing is permitted from either direction. C. Passing is permitted from either direction. When broken yellow lines separate the lanes of traffic on a two-lane roadway, any driver may pass when there is no oncoming traffic. Alcohol in any concentration is A. A stimulant. B. A depressant. C. Neither of the above. B. A depressant. Alcohol, in any concentration, is a depressant. It slows all nerve impulses and bodily functions, resulting in a lessening of inhibitions and negatively affecting a consumer's ability to concentrate and stay alert. This sign means A. Road construction maintenance area. B. Side road. C. Railroad ahead. A. Road construction, maintenance area. Diamond-shaped signs are used to warn of actual or possible hazards. The color orange is used for warning signs usually found in construction or maintenance areas. Special studies show that, in recent years, the number of fatal crashes involving alcohol in Tennessee A. has increased. B. has decreased. C. has remained steady. B. has decreased. In 2015, 34% of all traffic fatalities in Tennessee were alcohol-related. In 2016, approximately 27% of all traffic fatalities were alcohol-related. If you have trouble seeing other vehicles because of dust or smoke blowing across the roadway, you should drive more slowly and turn on your A. emergency flashers. B. parking lights. C. headlights. C. headlights. You must turn on your headlights anytime conditions prevent you from seeing other vehicles. Other drivers may have trouble seeing you, too. If you see orange construction signs and cones on a freeway, you must A. slow down because the lane ends ahead. B. be prepared for workers and equipment ahead. C. change lanes and maintain your current speed. B. be prepared for workers and equipment ahead. As you enter a work zone, signs and message boards will warn you of workers, slow-moving equipment, and/or closed lanes ahead. You should reduce your speed and be prepared to slow down or stop. Only fill in the blank can reduce blood alcohol content, BAC, and alcohol's effects on the body. A. drinking caffeine. B. eating foods high in fat. C. time. C. time. Only the passage of time can remove alcohol and its impairing effects from the body. At intersections with a yield sign, you must A. yield the right-of-way to cross traffic that is near enough to cause conflict. B. yield the right-of-way only to vehicles on your right. C. always slow down and proceed without stopping. A. yield the right-of-way to cross traffic that is near enough to cause conflict. At a yield sign, you must slow down or stop, if necessary, and give the right-of-way to crossing or merging vehicles. Yield the right-of-way to any cross traffic that is close enough to cause conflict. If the rear of your vehicle is skidding to the left, you should A. not turn your steering wheel. B. turn your steering wheel to the left to correct the skid. C. turn your steering wheel to the right to correct the skid. B. turn your steering wheel to the left to correct the skid. If you begin to skid on a wet or icy road, take your foot off the accelerator, stay off the brakes, and turn your steering wheel in the direction of the skid. However, if you have anti-lock brakes, you should apply your brakes firmly and steer straight ahead. You want to park uphill on a two-way road and there is no curb. Which direction do you turn your front wheels? A. straight ahead. B. right, toward the side of the road. C. left, toward the center of the road. B. right, toward the side of the road. When parking either uphill or downhill on a road that has no curb, you should turn your wheels so that the vehicle will roll away from the center of the road if the brakes fail. How many alcoholic drinks does it take to affect your driving ability? A. 3. B. 2. C. 1. C. 1. It is not advisable to drive after drinking any amount of alcohol. Even a single drink will affect your ability to drive safely. You should signal continuously while turning because it A. is illegal to turn off your signal before completing a turn. B. lets other drivers know what your intentions are. C. is always unsafe to turn off a signal before completing a turn. B. lets other drivers know what your intentions are. You should always signal when turning, changing lanes, slowing down, or stopping so that other drivers, motorcyclists, bicyclists, and pedestrians will know your intentions. This sign means A. slippery when wet. B. stop sign ahead. C. no U-turn. A. slippery when wet. All roads are slippery and dangerous when wet. This sign warns of conditions that can cause a driver to lose control of a car. A driver should slow down when coming upon wet pavement because it takes longer to stop. When passing another vehicle. A. pass the vehicle as slowly as possible. B. drive at the same speed as the vehicle you are passing. C. pass the vehicle as safely and as quickly as possible. C. pass the vehicle as safely and as quickly as possible. When passing another vehicle that is traveling in the same direction as you, pass quickly to resume visibility. Return to your previous lane only when you can see both of the vehicle's headlights in your rearview mirror. If you have had 3 beers within the past hour, about how long will it take for all the alcohol to leave your bloodstream? A. 1 hour. B. 2 hours. C. 3 hours. C. 3 hours. It takes about 3 hours to cancel the intoxicating effects of 3 drinks. If you have a sudden tire blowout. A. use the brakes lightly. B. pump the brakes. C. apply the brakes firmly. A. use the brakes lightly. If a tire suddenly goes flat while you are driving, hold the steering wheel tightly and keep the vehicle moving straight. Slow down gradually by taking your foot off the gas pedal and using the brakes lightly. A broken yellow line beside a solid yellow line indicates that passing is A. permitted from the side next to the solid yellow line. B. not permitted from either direction. C. permitted from the side next to the broken yellow line. C. permitted from the side next to the broken yellow line. When the center of the road is marked by a solid yellow line beside a broken yellow line, passing is permitted from the side next to the broken line and prohibited from the side next to the solid line. If you must park your vehicle in an area not usually used for parking. A. park with your reverse lights on. B. make sure your vehicle is visible to drivers approaching from any direction. C. park 5 feet from the curb. B. make sure your vehicle is visible to drivers approaching from any direction. Drivers are responsible for making sure their vehicles do not become hazards after they have been parked. Wherever you park, make sure your car is visible to drivers approaching from any direction. To see vehicles in your blind spots, you should check A. The inside rearview mirror. B. The outside rearview mirror. C. Over your shoulders. C. Over your shoulders. By definition, blind spots are areas that cannot be seen using your mirrors. To check your blind spots, you should look over your shoulders. If you experience a tire blowout, A. Tap or pump the brakes. B. Slow down gradually and use your brakes lightly. C. Apply the brakes firmly and quickly. B. Slow down gradually and use your brakes lightly. If you experience a tire blowout, you should slow down gradually by taking your foot off of the accelerator. Don't apply the brakes until the vehicle has slowed considerably. When approaching an intersection that is controlled by a flashing red traffic signal, you must A. Come to a complete stop, yield to oncoming traffic or pedestrians, then proceed. B. Reduce your speed and proceed with caution. C. Come to a complete stop and remain stopped as long as the light is red. A. Come to a complete stop, yield to oncoming traffic or pedestrians, then proceed. Treat a flashing red traffic signal the same as you would treat a stop sign. Come to a complete stop, yield to oncoming traffic or pedestrians, and proceed when the way is clear. What is the only effective way to remove alcohol from the body? A. Drink strong coffee. B. Wait. C. Take a cold shower. B. Wait. The only way to remove the effects of alcohol from the body is to let time pass. Eating, drinking coffee, or taking a shower will not speed up this process. This sign means A. Side road. B. Merge. C. Yield the right of way. A. Side road. This sign indicates that there is an intersection with a side road ahead. A large truck is ahead of you and is turning right onto a street with 2 lanes in each direction. The truck A. may complete its turn in either of the 2 lanes. B. may have to swing wide to complete the right turn. C. must stay in the right lane at all times while turning. B. may have to swing wide to complete the right turn. When a vehicle makes a turn, the rear wheels follow a shorter path than the front wheels. The longer the vehicle, the bigger the difference between the paths of the front and rear wheels. Therefore, long trucks often have to swing wide to complete a right turn. If your car begins to skid out of control, you should A. pump the brakes. B. apply the brakes lightly. C. stay off the brakes. C. stay off the brakes. If your vehicle begins to skid, stay off the brakes. Continue to correct your steering until the vehicle is back under your control and moving safely down the road.